Fiji bottles in my watch. I stay on the clock, I'm always on the clock. Soon as I open my eyes, I'm at my fucking job.
What's going on, YouTube? Checking in with y'all today. Currently out here in Springfield, Missouri at the terminal. Me and my student Billy, my current student Billy right there.
What up, y'all?
Had to swing through here, get my passenger side windshield replaced for the second time. A rock or some, I don't know, something that bounced up and cracked the hell out of it. Then several hours later, an owl decided he wanted to fly smack into it. So it's just by the grace of God, we made it in here without the damn windshield cracking to pieces. But we got in here, got it replaced, got my APU fixed for the second time again because that decided it didn't want to run for more than 10 to 15 minutes. And the mechanic basically told me that the coolant, not the coolant, but the radiator had a leak. So it was overheating, which was kind of obvious. But anyways, before we get started with the video, we just came from Walmart not too long ago, grabbing a couple things, and ran into Nick and Carla. So I want to shout out Nick and Carla, their YouTube channel. They just got their truck, so they were in there shopping, getting some things for their truck and everything. Two cool ladies, and yeah, I want to wish y'all the best moving forward with y'all journey and everything. Those y'all who haven't heard of them or whatever, go check out their channel. She does a really good job editing her videos. Her videos are really entertaining. So shout out to y'all again. It was nice meeting y'all. So my dude Billy has been on the truck for like 3 weeks now. You came here to Prime, no experience with trucking or anything. So what brought you into the trucking industry, and what brought you to Prime in particular?
You brought me to Prime in particular. But the money brought me in the truck. At my age, you know, making what I was making, I just wasn't satisfied with it. So it was time for me to start progressing into something a little bit more beneficial for me and my family.
Something you got a little bit more control over as opposed to clocking in.
Right.
And being given a list of things to do before you clock out. I understand that, man. So Prime, your PSD phase and the training process to get your learners and your CDL, how did that go for you, and how do you, what would you rate it? You know, your experience with Prime and just that whole process leading up to the point of TNT, which is the phase you're in now with me.
PSD phase, man, I'll just be flat out honest, it's hell week. That's what we called it, that's what it was. So it was pretty rough, PSD. Testing and going through the CBTs and all that was pretty rough. But as I did my training with my PSD trainer, Mike Evans, shout out to you, it got better then. Came back to test out to get my actual CDLs. That was kind of rough, a lot nervous, you know, nerves got in the way.
That's natural, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like it's something new, something you've never done before, and just the whole, it almost feels like everything is riding on that test. You know, you can't miss nothing on the air brakes. You can't, you don't want to mess up on any of your back maneuvers. You definitely don't want to mess up on your road test. So it's definitely nervous, man. It's definitely nervous, but you got it done. You passed it on, what's your first or your second try?
My second try.
That's not bad. That's not bad. You know, everybody doesn't pass their first try. I passed my first try, but everybody else doesn't pass their first try. It was, when I went to get my CDL, it was a guy there in particular who had failed like 15 times. So knocking out on your second try is really good, bro. So you said the PSD, that was only a week.
Right.
And then you hopped on here with me. So we've been running for about 3 weeks, minus the 1 week we went home. So I had to get some dental work done, as I noted before on a previous video. But so far, life on the road, how are you adjusting to that? How do you feel about that? Is it anything that caught you off guard? Because you really can't prepare for it. You know what I mean? You don't really understand what it is until you get out here. So as far as being on the truck with me in the TNT phase, how has life on the road been for you?
It's been, outside of missing my wife and my grandson, daughter, of course, it's been smooth. You know, I came in with no expectations at all, knowing nothing about this industry. So, you know, I didn't expect anything. And, you know, it's been smooth, you know, outside of not picking up on my backing yet.
Well, we working on that, and I said in a couple of videos, man, that's the hardest thing with driving these trucks is the backing.
Definitely.
Billy does a good job driving. You know, I sleep pretty well with him going down the road, but we're definitely going to hit the backing harder in these last couple of weeks, because we're a little more than halfway through his miles, so we want to try to get this backing, get you as comfortable with the backing as possible ideally before your miles are up. But you know, if you accomplish your miles, you're not comfortable, you're definitely more than welcome to stay on the truck until you feel confident and going out on your own. So yeah, you know, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't send anybody out just to get them off the truck after their miles and stuff. That would be wrong. The purpose of what I'm doing is to help somebody so that they can be successful out here. So that'd be real foul of me to do that. So that's not something I do. But yeah, the backing is the hardest thing, man. So we're gonna work on that. We've been working on it, and we'll continue to work on it. Your experience with Prime so far, you know, just through the training, and so far out here, what is your opinion of Prime as a company, the company itself?
I have nothing bad to say about Prime. I mean, this is probably the best situation I could have got myself off into, jumping off into this thing. The training has been great, so you know, I give Prime I won't say 9. I can't give nobody a 10, so I give Prime a 9. It's good to hear that from somebody who went through it, because I didn't go through the process here at Prime. Obviously, I came here, I had my CDO for 4 or 5 years, been driving. I never went through the training process, but I get a lot of people that ask me, you know, how is it, what's the best place to go? And I'm like, I can't really give you my opinion on that based on experience, because I haven't experienced it. But me being a trainer here and knowing how thorough they are with their training process from start to finish, you know, I always highly recommend Prime. So there it is from another one of my trainees take, you know, definitely recommend it. Not too much negative to say about it. No situation is ever going to be perfect, so if you're looking for something perfect, you're never going to get it. But this is about as good as it gets, man. They're going to make sure that you're thoroughly trained, that you're as prepared as you can possibly be before you get out here on your own. Whereas some other companies, like my very first trainee, Myron, when he came from Swift, and on video he said that they just kind of pushed you through. It wasn't that in depth, it wasn't detailed, they weren't focused on making sure that you were ready to be on your own. You checked all the boxes, you up out of there and you're in your truck. I'm not going to sit here and correlate the two, but we all know how Swift is viewed in the trucking industry. I mean, just that has to play a role in it. But they're changing things up, so I'm not gonna sit here and knock them or nothing like that. They making some changes for the better, so good for them. But we'll be checking in with y'all a little later, man, as the journey progresses and we get closer to the 30,000 miles he has to get done. But you know, I wanted to check in with y'all, introduce y'all to my man Billy. Like I said, we probably have knocked out about 16,000, 17,000 miles so far. So shouldn't be too much longer before the miles are accomplished. But as we said before, I'm not really gonna worry about you making that move until you're comfortable. So yeah, we'll check back in with y'all a little later, man. Once again, shout out to Nick and Carla, and we about to run in here and get us something to eat, get a couple hours of sleep, and then we're gonna head up the road to Illinois for our first stop, and then our last drop up in where the hell we going? Michigan.
Weberville, Michigan. So yeah, as always, people, till next time, y'all be.
I'm on the clock, I stay on the clock. As soon as I open my eyes, I'm